Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to another Supatease video. And with this one, we're going to be covering the Outlaw Rogue. Is it even any good moving into Dragonflight? And the short answer to that is that this might be the most fantastic specialization released so far. It was definitely not disappointing. It seems like you have quite a lot of options and some interesting ideas that are being introduced for the first time to Outlaw Rogue that I'm going to be talking through to you in this video, and hopefully intriguing or exciting you. It's gotten me excited enough that I think I'm going to prepare an Outlaw Rogue towards the start of the next expansion because it's just looking so amazing. So right off the bat, your talent trees are going to be broken down into class and spec specific. On the class side, you're going to see a lot of returning abilities from the rogue class that you did not have access to previously. This is things like Garrote is going to be available to you as Outlaw, which is fantastic. Things like Shadow Step that weren't previously available to Outlaw, things like Shadow Dance that were not available to Outlaw, and things like Find Weakness, which was not available to Outlaw. And the strengths of something like Find Weakness, this is a passive that's existed in multiple expansions and made Rogue such a menace of a class. It just allows you to bypass 40% of your enemy's target's armor, and it seems like Ambush is likely going to becoming a core component of your class, or at least it's the build that I'm most excited about and the build that I'm going to be looking at more specifically in this video. It is unfortunate that a lot of the talents at the moment in alpha, alpha going to be alpha, they don't work, but once they've been bug fixed and they're working, I think that this is going to be a really nasty way to play the Outlaw Rogue, because currently you don't have a lot of access to burst damage, but with Shadow Dance and with things potentially like Curse of the Dreadblades returning, the Legion ability, as we get higher level, we'll have the ability to access more of these things. I think that you're going to have high sustained damage, high burst damage, amazing crowd control. You're one of the more complicated rotationally trying to min-max all of your cooldown reduction, and you're going to be granting access to cooldown reduction for your teammates as well as yourself, providing 0.2 seconds per combo point spent towards your allies' offensive cooldowns, that you're going to be really desirable pretty much in all of the content in the game. You're going to bring decent AoE damage, good control in PvP. You're going to be bringing single target burst, as well as just all the classic annoying crowd control that was available to you previously. And by being able to get Shadow Step plus Grappling Hook, plus reducing the cooldown of Grappling Hook, means that you're going to be highly mobile all over the map, just completely owning people. We see talents carrying forward like Recuperator, which is just a really powerful passive healing effect for Outlaw Rogue at the moment. And you can kind of like see that there's going to be some options to trade off talents towards. Maybe you don't want Echoing Reprimand, as I have taken it. The main reason I took Echoing Reprimand Echoing Reprimand was that talents like this, where Heavy Hitter Ambush supercharges one combo point, which is the same as the Echoing Reprimand. It'll function as if it was 7 combo points. So the idea would be to kind of like Shadow Dance, spam Ambush, and then use Dispatch, and then keep spamming on these anima charged dispatches to just keep getting monstrous crits. And it is unfortunate that this says NYE, which is not actually forgot what that stands for, but it means it doesn't work. I would show you directly. You have things like Ghostly Strike, which is going to provide you 10% increased damage to the target. So Ghostly Strike, Find Weakness applied to the target during Shadow Dance, spamming Ambush and doing monstrous damage there. Sepsis is also available to Outlaw, which it kind of like felt a little bit weird, seeing as this is pretty much only exclusively used as assassination throughout Shadowlands, but the addition of being able to use one stealth ability for 5 seconds after its duration means you can slide in an extra ambush outside of your Shadow Dance window to give you a little bit of extra burst. You have talents like Taken by Surprise, which is going to give you 10% increased haste while stealthed or while dancing, so 10% more haste, keep spamming up massive damage. And then this talent, which is kind of the capstone talent towards the end of the tree that really puts like the creme de la creme for how insane this ambush spamming build is going to be, is Hidden Opportunity. Effects that grant a chance for Sinister Strike to hit an additional time will also apply to ambush. You can get Weapon Master, which then means Sinister Strike will have a 10% increased chance, which means it's still going to apply to ambush, and just be mashing that. So basically take Shadowlands Outlaw Rogue, doing high sustained damage, really good survivability, monster crowd control, add another layer of crowd control, and add burst, like the subtlety rogue burst that it didn't have available to it previously. It's going to be nasty. Like it's just going to be flat out really nasty. These talents towards the right side, the bottom right side that I haven't taken, are a little bit more focused on Blade Flurry. My expectation is that these are going to be talents that are more geared towards PvE, as Blade Flurry is one of the most powerful spells that was ever made in PvE when it comes to AoE until they capped it, which I think they're slightly uncapping it. Don't hold me to that 100%, but I think they are slightly uncapping your AoE, which is likely going to make you even more competitive in PvE. But yeah, these talents on the right, I don't think you want to be going for. Killing Spree is not the Killing Spree that it was previously, where you'd get like the red buff in Warlords of Draenor and then just Killing Spree and one-shot someone. It's not like that. I think it's much more oriented around getting lots of Sinister Strikes, getting Roll the Bones going, trying to get your buffs up. There's going to be one where Ambush and Dispatch have a 20% chance to grant you a Roll the Bones combat enhancement buff that you do not already have. So this is what I meant by spamming Ambush and spamming Dispatch. This is going to get you to your 5 buff. I think it's a 5 buff. I'm not an Outlaw Rogue main, right? So I've just jumped onto this with the knowledge that I've got. I think it's still 5. It used to be 6, but I think it's up to 5. So you can get up to 5 buffs just by spamming through your damage rotation, even if you're getting unlucky with your Roll the Bones, and you still have the Restless Blades with all of the cooldown reduction, and you still have all the honor talents like Float Like a Butterfly, which maybe you're not going to get to keep because Float Like a Butterfly is a normal talent, and when they made a PP talent into a normal talent, it didn't work. But things like Enduring Brawler, this is going to increase the chance for your Sinister Strike to hit an additional time, which makes me think that effects that grant your Sinister Strike to hit an additional time will also apply to your Ambush. So in PvP with Enduring Brawler, you're pokey, stabby, like you're gonna be an absolute nightmare. Not to mention Shadow Dance gives you 40% increased damage. Wait a minute, this says 70% now. Wait, what? The last time I read this Shadow Dance, it said damage dealt increased by 40%, but it's saying 70%? Then you also have the Night Stalker, which is while in stealth, your abilities do 20% more damage, so 20% on top of 70%? Is this bugged? Maybe don't hold these numbers exactly, but either way, when you're dancing, you're going to get an increased amount of damage. You're going to be spamming out these ambushes. You get Cheat Death plus Faint. So you get the, like, if you do happen to go down having massive stamina, you're going to cheat death and come back to life. And then you're also going to just be able to always reduce the damage that you're that's being taken at all times. Like, you're going to be nutty. Your ambushes have chance to give you more combo points, to get to more dispatches, to then reset. It's going to be really crazy. Chance to cause your next, so this Audacity talent, again, NYI, we can't show it right now, but if you do want to stay up to date with this type of content, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Half cost use of Pistol Shot, have a 35% chance to cause your next ambush to be usable, so you can use an ambush outside of your dance window. This is really important for getting damage just out of these specific areas of time. So it's using Sepsis and maybe getting these procs and being able to squeeze in a couple more ambushes means you're just going to be an absolute monster. Like, I got to say, like, if you haven't considered picking up a Rogue at some point in an expansion, even the other specs of Rogue, which I will be covering as well, again, hit the subscribe button if you want to see that type of content. It's like, this is now the time to be a Rogue. There's even other crazy talents like Thistle Tea, restoring 100 energy with 3 charges on a 1-minute cooldown. Like, there's so many options to try and explore and poke around with that, like, this talent tree was really well done. And if you're looking for something with like a lot of depth to explore, well-rounded, going to be suited for a lot of different things, it's like, I think it's time to make an Outlaw Rogue. But with that is going to be the conclusion of this video. Just wanted to give you some insight, show you the way the talents looked, show you what I was thinking about with them. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Is this getting you thinking about making an Outlaw Rogue? Remember to thumbs up the video if you liked the video. Remember, I didn't make Outlaw. If you don't like Outlaw, don't thumbs down my video because of that, please. I didn't do this, but I mean, this is making me want to play it. I wish every talent tree had me like sitting on the edge of my seat, like some new things to try that a class has never had. Plus maybe some interesting ways of giving returning abilities and new abilities. It's going to be insane, right? Like, there's so many synergies, highly mobile, burst everywhere, team-wide cooldown reduction. Like, it's crazy. But that's it for me. This is my initial coverage of the Outlaw Rogue. Thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.